Today we are going to be doing Chapter 8, Unit 9. So it's Unit 9, Chapter 8 of Geometry. Let's start with a little bit of review. Segment addition postulate. So all the way from first semester, if we have a segment and it's broken up into two parts, let's say it's R, S, and T, our segment addition postulate tells us that the segments RS plus ST must equal RT. So the parts of the whole must have to add up to the entire thing. Next, how many centimeters are in a meter? So from 8th grade, you should know centimeter. That word centi means 100. So there is 100, like if you have a centennial, that's 100 years. So centimeters is 100. There's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Number 3, how many inches are in 1 foot? You should know by now there are 12 inches in 1 foot. Next, some vocabulary. A ratio is a comparison of two, that's key, two numbers using addition. So if I had a ratio, for example, if I were to draw a picture here, if I had hearts and triangles, and I want to compare the hearts to triangles, this is 2 to 3, or we can say 2 to 3, or we can write it as 2 to 3, or on computer 2 to 3. All these are proper ways to say 2 to 3. So let's try out ratios a little bit. Let's simplify the ratios. So first things first, when we write ratios, we don't want labels. So we want to remove the labels. But in order to remove the labels, they first have to be the same type of labels. So here, if you look at number 1, centimeter in the numerator and centimeter in the denominator can both be removed and taken out. Now we have a 60 over 200. I want to divide the numerator and denominator by the largest common factor, and the largest common factor in this case, even if I don't, let's say if I don't, let's say if I just divide it by 10. Well, if I divide it by 10, I get a 6 and a 20, and I know that 6 and 20 can be divided further. Let's say by 2. I know for sure by 2. That gives me a 3 and a 10. Well, there we go. We can't reduce 3 and 10 anymore. So my ratio, my most simplified ratio is 3:10. Let's look at number 2. Number 2, I have feet on the numerator and inches on the denominator. I'm going to get rid of the feet by converting my feet into inches. There are 12 inches in 1 feet. So this way, 3 times 12, this gives me 36 inches over 18 inches. Now I can simplify. The inches cancel each other out. I know 36 and 8 are all multiples of 6. So if I divide both by 6, this is 6 over 3. Oh, I can divide this further by 3 and 3. This gives me just 2. 2 over 1. And my ratio is 2 over 1. Let's look at the next one. Meters and kilometers. There is 1,000 kilometers in 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So if I multiply the denominator by 1,000, there is 1,000 meter in 1 kilometer. This means my kilometers cancel out. This simplifies to 400 meter over 5,000 times, 0.5 times 1,000 is 500 meter. I can simply take out the meters, divide both the numerator and the denominator by 100, get rid of those zeros, and I got 4 out of 5. Okay, let's go on to our next one. Try it out. Diagram AB to BC is 4 to 1, okay? And AC equals 30. Find AB and BC. Well, it's easier to draw a picture, so let's draw a picture here to try to see if it's 4 to 1. AB is big, right? Because that's the 4. So here, this is A, B, and C. AB is 4 to 1. So this is 4x. I'll call this 4x. And this would just be simply 1x. And we know that AC, this whole thing is 30. So we want to find A, B, and BC. I can simply first find x, right? So we know 4x plus x must equal 30. Add them together. 5x equals 30. Divide by 5. X is 6. If I plugged in 6 into both of these, 4 times 6, this gives me 24. This gives me 6. So this is 24 and 6. AB is 24 and BC is 6. Next, a proportion is an equation that states, so one, it's an equation that states two ratios, and those are two ratios, are equal. So if I were to give me an example, so let's say A over B, this is a ratio. Ratio of A over B, A being a number and B being a different number, is the same as C over D. This means that I can solve this by cross multiplying. If you remember cross multiplying, A times D must equal B times C. So let's try this out. I'm going to cross multiply here. So 3 times 8 must equal 6 times x. 3 times 8 is 24 equals 6x. Divide both sides by 6. X should equal 4. This next one, cross multiplying, I'm going to do 5 times x, so this is 5x, equals 3 times 15, which is 45. Divide both sides by 5. X should equal 9. Here, cross multiplying again, gives me 3y. 18 times 1 is 18. Divide both sides by 3. Y is 6. This gets a little bit more complicated, but nothing we can't do. So we have 10 times m plus 2 equals 5 times 14. I'm going to distribute. So this is 10m plus 20, distributing. 5 times 14 equals 70. Okay, now I'm just going to solve for m. I'm going to subtract 20. We get 10m equals 50. Divide by 10. M should equal 5. Same thing here, just going to cross multiply. So here I'm going to do 3 times t minus 2 equals 5 times 15. Distribute my 3, so this is 3t minus 6 equals 5 times 15 is 75. Now I just got to solve for t, so I'm going to add 6 to both sides. 3t must equal 81. Divide by 3, divide by 3. T should equal 27. And that is that.